welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Kyrielle. I want to thank you so much for stopping by and I hope you stick around. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. I've heard so much about this and so I really wanted to give it a go myself. This is kind of a sneak peek into the finished look, but I hope you guys enjoy this review. If you're excited for these foundation reviews and you want to see more, don't forget to hit that little subscribe button that'll be down below. I have a lot in stock that I really want to try, and also comment below any ones that you would like me to review. If you like foundation reviews, don't forget to give this video a little thumbs up, and yeah, let's get on to this demo and review. Okay, so I'm really excited to try this foundation out. So on the Wet n Wild's website, this comes in 20 shades. So this is the shade range. I hope you guys can see that. Obviously there's a lot more lighter shades than deeper shades, so you may not be able to find your foundation if you do have a darker complexion, so that is a shame, but everybody seems to be up in their game recently with the shade range, so fingers crossed Wet n Wild decide to come out with other shades for the darker skinned girls out there. I've got the palest shade, which is in Porcelain. I believe this is the palest shade in the whole shade range, which is what I would be. So this is actually from the US and I'm from the UK, so it was kind of hard to get my hands on it. I ended up having to order it off Amazon. The price of the foundation was £6.53, which is such a random price, and then I had to pay £3.99 shipping, so the total came to £10.52, so it worked out about £10 for the foundation. On the Wet n Wild's website it's $5.99, so you can get it from there if you're in the US. I've seen so many people on YouTube rave about this, so I wanted to test it myself. I'm hoping this is going to match me. It looks like it could possibly, so we shall see. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the different foundations that I own next to this one, just so you can get a shade comparison. So here are the foundation swatch. This is the Wet n Wild Photofocus in Porcelain. This is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation in Blanc. This is the Ordinary Serum Foundation in the shade 1 Neutral. This is the L'Oreal Mattifying Infallible Foundation in 10 Porcelain. This is MAC Studio Fixed Fluid in NW10. And this is NARS Sheer Glow in Siberia. Also, if you watched me upload my recent foundation reviews, I've been really liking swatching my chest. My face is naturally redder than my chest. So that's where I prefer to match to, because I like to have one or kind of unison kind of colour. I kind of have a yellowish undertone, but I do get redness. I prefer to go like neutral to yellow undertone. My skin, just for reference, is combination oily, so we'll see how this pans out on there. I couldn't actually find any claims what kind of finish it is, even on Wet n Wild's website, so this is going to be a surprise for both of us. I have no idea what to expect from this. All I know is that they tried 7 different lighting settings with this foundation, so this is supposed to be like flashback proof. It's supposed to be amazing for photos. I couldn't find anything else about the finish or the consistency or the texture, and I didn't really want to read any reviews. But anyway, let's get into this dish. The actual component of this is a glass bottle and then a plastic top, and then you open it and it comes with a little spatula, which I actually quite like, to be honest. It looks kind of liquidy, so we shall see. I'm just gonna try and swatch. Why did I close it? I don't know. I'm just gonna swatch like a little bit on my chest, just so we can see if it's gonna blend in and whether we can make this work. Let's just put a little bit right here. Looks okay. Ooh. Do not like the way that that smells. That literally smells like paint stripper. Great. So it is kind of like a liquidy formula, and this is blending in quite nicely into my skin. It's pretty much matched my shade. I do have a smidge bit of fake tan on. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it has blended in into my skin really nicely, so right now it matches me. Today I'm going to be trying it with 2 different applicators, as I like to do, and I'm going to be using my EcoTools sponge, which it is clean. I don't know why I've got a little bit of stainage. I think it's because when I was tanning I was using a dark foundation, it's kind of stained it a little. And then I'm also going to try something new. I'm going to use the Morphe Y6 because everybody, well, I say everybody, my voice broke a little bit there. Laura Lee raves about this and I really wanted to give it a go, and it was in stock, so I kind of snatched it because this is always out of stock. I'm so glad we can get Morphe in the UK now though, like godsend. Yes. I have already moisturized and primed my face because that's what I would do with any other foundation. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight from the bottle and I'm just going to apply it to my skin. Honestly, the smell of this is so strong. I hope I didn't get like a dodgy one. I don't know how much to put on actually. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. I'm gonna go in with the sponge on this side of my face. That smell is so overpowering. I don't know if it's supposed to be floral, but it's strong. Wow! That was a really weird way to say wow. But the coverage, that is insane. And the colour match is really good. I think my neck is looking a little bit darker, but it's because I've got a bit of fake tan on. I love the way that this looks on my skin. Like, holy cow, that looks so good. And also the match is really good. They've got the pale foundation down, even though it looks a little bit dark, but when you actually put it on, it's fine. I'm gonna try and build it up a little bit more, just for that, you know, a little bit more coverage. I quite like having this spatula actually. It's really easy to apply it to the face. Just gonna try building. This looks so good. I literally can't see any of my redness anymore or any of my freckles. They have dissipated, they have gone, they've clocked out early, they've said goodbye. I don't know who I think I am. That is actually insane, the amount of coverage that I've got with that. Granted, I might have used a lot of product, but I can't believe how nice this looks. Okay, we're having a little bit of issues on the nose. That's fine, that's all gone now. Okay. Kind of just like going around my pores, not going into them, which is good I guess, but it's making them look a little accentuated. But now I've just buffed that all out. As you can see, there's a little bit of a sheen to the skin. It's not dewy though, it's like a natural kind of finish. It looks so good. I'm like honestly like a little bit shook right now. I was not expecting this from this foundation. It's gonna come in a little bit closer so you can see the texture of my skin. So as you can see, there's no weird texture. It's looking really smooth, nothing's been accentuated. I actually really like the way this is looking right now. I'm like so excited right now. Obviously you can see the redness now compared to the foundation. Like if I look dead on, you can see my redness compared to the foundation. I'm just gonna do the same. I'm gonna apply it the same way. I think I'm using way too much product. One thing that I really don't like though is the sun. That's probably just a personal thing. It's really strong. I'm going in with the Y6 for the first ever time. Ooh, it's taken up a lot of that foundation. Honestly, I don't really get it. I feel like this has taken away the majority of the coverage. Like you can see all my redness. And also this brush is like, bristles are like poking out the top and some of it. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna go in with one more layer on this side to see if I can get a little bit more coverage. I'm just gonna try by stippling it on. Granted it was a new brush, and I know sometimes with new brushes they need to have a little bit of product in them to actually give you the best finish, but I just want to have my foundation and then go. I don't want to work this hard. I love the way that the finish of the sponge did, the coverage of the sponge. Like, you know, I don't have to work this hard for my foundation. Getting a bit more coverage whilst doing the stippling motion. Obviously it just takes 10 times longer than the sponge. I just used it the first way, the way that I've seen other people using it, so that's why I was kind of like sweeping and buffing. But no, I think the best thing to do is stipple with this brush. It is kind of hard to get around the corners of your nose though. I don't like the finish with the brush. I just feel like it's accentuating texture and kind of clinging onto things. Like on this side it's seamless, it's not clinging at all, it's just blended into my skin. It looks okay, it's just like around my nose it's sitting on texture a little bit more, and I've exfoliated this morning so there should be no weird texture on my skin. Up close, I don't know if you'll be able to see, just texture around here, and also texture on my cheeks just looks a little bit more accentuated, and I'd rather it not. So I definitely prefer the sponge texture. I'm just going to go over the top of my sponge just to see if that will sort it out a little. I feel like that helped a lot. It's just like pushed it into the skin more. So I think the way forward with this foundation is with a sponge. So I'm pretty happy with the coverage and with the finish now that I've gone over it with the sponge on this side as well. I'm going to call the check-in time at 2:10 just because that's the time that I finished putting on the actual foundation. I please ignore my phone. It's been through the wars. I really need a new one, I know. I'm gonna go away and I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and then we're gonna come back and talk about it. Okay, so I finished up my face about an hour or so ago. I also filmed about 3 videos in between this one. So I did my eyes and I've tested out an eyeshadow palette and some other things in the meantime. But this is my face and what it currently looks like. So it is 5:03. So it's almost been on for 3 hours. I just thought I'd do a quick check-in and we'll see what it looks like. The lighting has changed a lot because I've almost lost all sunlight outside, so I'm using my softbox light as my main form of light currently. So looking at the foundation, it looks real good. I really like the finish of it. It's very skin-like. There's no creasing at the moment. Nothing's settled into any fine lines and it looks so smooth. That's the way I feel my skin looks. It looks very smooth. It's got a very nice finish to it, very natural finish. This is highlight by here and so is this by here. It's pretty much a matte finish but it's not flat, so that is really nice. I didn't say this when I completed my face, but when I put it on it still felt a bit tacky. I'd left it set for a few minutes and then I pressed my face and it just felt like a little bit tacky, so I did set it and I used the Hourglass ambient lightening powder. I always say lightning, it's lightening powder. And this is in the shade Diffused Light. I just used this and kind of powdered my whole face, and then after that then it felt nice and smooth and it wasn't tacky anymore. I feel like this you would have to set most definitely before putting any powder products on top, just so they blend nicely, and also it sets it so it'll last longer. I also did set it with my primer water, which is something I would always do with every single foundation. Either this or Fix Plus is what I like to use, but this is my preferred favourite at the moment. But I do really love the way that my skin is looking right now that it's been set and it's been kind of sitting and really melting into my skin. I feel like it's just looking real flawless right now. There's no oiliness coming through as of yet, which is really nice. So I'm gonna go around the rest of my day. I'm going to be actually going out tonight and I'm going to like a curry night with some of my work colleagues. I might look a little different by the end of this video, but I'm going to keep my foundation the same. I'm probably actually going to leave on this makeup the way it is. Hey everyone, so this is going to be my final check-in. Usually I do more than 2, but I haven't had time because I've been out and about unfortunately. But right now it is just about 11:45, so it's almost been on for 10 hours. So I feel like this is a pretty long wear test still. My face still feels fine, it still feels like there's nothing on it. If anything, my eyes feel kind of heavy because I've got a lot of eye makeup on. So just have a quick look and see what we're working with. Okay, so I have food on the side of my face. That is just great, thanks for letting me know. So I am looking like an oily mess. This is my highlight still. It's just pretty much the side of my nose by here, kind of tucked under my nose here. I have a little bit of shininess kind of on my chin, but majorly round. My cheeks by here is where the oil is. Surprisingly, my forehead is looking fine. I don't really have a lot of oil here, which is strange. It's more focused here and here. Around the areas where I haven't produced oil though, it's looking pretty good. It's stayed on the side of my face where I tend to lean, so that's a good point as well. It hasn't transferred. I've wiped it off my nose by the looks of it where there's been oil produced, which is pretty much all over my nose, but it hasn't broken down at all. It's still on my face. It's just brought through the oils and made me look very shiny. I still feel like this is looking pretty good. I feel like I could actually just powder and go about the rest of my day, but obviously it's 12 o'clock at night, so I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to take a blotting sheet. This is the mattifying shine control papers. They're just by Superdrug. See how much oil comes off on the sheet. These shine control sheets kind of have like a slight powder to them, so they kind of help powder down as well as remove the oil. So I did manage to get one sheet off one side of my face, but I feel like once I've done that, it's just taken away all the shine and I could happily go out. Although I do feel like these kind of move around your foundation a little bit. Overall, I feel this foundation had amazing coverage. The finish was really nice. It was matte but not flat. I really liked the way that my skin looked. Everything that I used on top just blended in seamlessly also. I didn't have any troubles with my products that I like to use day in day out, so that's a good one for me as well. I like this because it doesn't emphasize any pores. It's gone on really smoothly. It looks like skin. It hasn't gone into any fine lines, or it hasn't creased around my mouth for 10-hour wear. This is really good. I'm having some luck with foundations recently with the Hourglass one and this one. I'm still on the lookout for a foundation that doesn't make me oily, even though I don't think that is really possible because I have oily skin, so that's a constant battle for me. I always produce about this amount of oil, so this is pretty normal for me. The main thing that I look for is that it doesn't separate and that it still looks good by the end of the night, and I don't have weird patches on my face. So this foundation is definitely a winner for me, and I feel like I'm going to use it quite a lot. I think the only thing that would really put me off using this is the smell of the foundation. I'm not sure why that is, but it did smell very strong, almost like paint stripper, but also kind of floral. If paint stripper was floral, it smells like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this little review and demo of the Wet n Wild foundation. Can't wait to keep on doing these. These are probably my favourite ones to do. I really want to keep on doing these and do some more. Got a few more foundations that I really want to try out and I'm excited to. So if you want to see more foundation reviews and eyeshadow reviews and all that stuff, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That will be down below and it will be at the end of the video for your convenience. But it'd be really nice to have some people to share this with and to get some opinions on and get some recommendations. Things that you love, I want to try as well. It's always nice to get some other people's reviews and what they think. This is what the community is for and this is what YouTube is for, and yeah, I just love it. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a little like. That really helps me out so much, just to know that I'm making stuff that people want to see. So let me know by just thumbs it up. It'll take you 2 seconds, and if you like stuff like this, then why not? I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye guys!